when The Office first happened, the UK version, and Ricky and I sort of got well known, there were lots of plaudits because it was kind of, where did these guys come from? You know, they were sort of new kids on the block, and we got a lot of sort of plaudits. And then as time went on and we became more and more familiar, then it was like, it seems like it's overrated, that show. These guys. And then when it went to America, it was like, we prefer the American version. You know what I mean? And it's sort of, and I think what happens, and you see it with a lot of people, is eventually so Elton John had that. So through the 80s, he was kind of lambasted. And then at some point, you become a national treasure if you live long enough.
Yes.
So this is what I'm hoping for next, is to be national treasure.
If you just, I mean, trust me, I'm trying for that too, but I'm told I need to live to be 150.
That's right.
I need to be the same age as someone who fought in the Civil War to be a national treasure. But there's this thing that happens. You guys will do 2 years of a show and then decide, that's enough.
Well, that's because of the economics, of course.
Yes.
There's no money in syndication. There is no such thing.
Right.
So why are you going to make 150 episodes of something? It's crazy.
Right. But Fawlty Towers, how many Fawlty Towers are there?
12.
There are 12.
Yeah.
And they're perfect.
Yep.
You know, the American style for many, many years, and I think it's starting to change. I think Netflix and the way streaming works now is starting to change it. But we, if something works in this country, the mandate was grind that thing until it's completely no longer funny, and then do another 10 years.
That's right, exactly.
And that was our system. So I was always looking at your shows, and when I say your, I mean UK shows, and thinking that you were the superior minds and that you had more integrity than we had. I didn't realize there was just no money in it.
Just no money in it. Just what's the point? You know, you burn out. There's only two of you. You can't afford a writer's room. So it's like, why am I doing this again? Why am I, do something else? Also, I think in the case of The Office, we did about 14 episodes in total. And I think we thought, well, we've cracked TV writing. Turns out this is the first thing we've done. And look at it. You know, we thought, we can just keep repeating this success forever. Turns out it's way harder than you think. That idea of don't quit a hit, I think I would cling on to now with dear life. Yeah. So it sort of looks like it was a great integrity. It's just a terrible, foolish mistake. And if only we'd just kept on grinding that out. Then I'd have 3 Bentleys.
My former writing partner, Greg Daniels, we got our start together and worked together for many years, and we're still close friends. And so I remembered being worried for him because he told me the British office is done, but I'm going to try and make an American version. And I was worried for him. I didn't think it could be done. I didn't want my good friend getting disappointed, having a hard time. And good God, I mean, wow. that thing, it was brilliantly done and brilliantly cast. But
thank God he didn't listen to you.
I know. Well, trust me,
because otherwise, I mean, I'd be just scrapping around doing stand up in like pubs instead of just swanning around with celebrity friends.
I am not, Stephen. I am not kidding. I am not kidding. Someone could fill a book with, so thank God you didn't listen to Conan. Because I'm not even kidding. There have been about 5 or 6 times in my life when I've given people advice, which was, like to Mike Myers, when he pitched me Wayne's World first.
Really?
I've talked about this before. He was brand new at Saturday Night Live, and he was like, I've got this thing, and it's guys doing cable access in the basement. And I said, cable access, low rent version of a TV parody. That's kind of been done. Yeah. And I thought I talked him out of it. And then he went and submitted it to read through anyway. And I was like, well, this kid's about to get his comeuppance.
Oh my God.
Because I'm the guy who knows it all.
Well, I think smartly, the one thing, I like you, grew up watching a lot of TV, and there was a number of attempts to make British shows, including Fawlty Towers, into American shows. And they'd often failed. And one of the things which seemed a recurring problem was the original Brits had tried to do the adaptation. Mm-hmm. And my advice to Ricky, I remember thinking, was we should not try and do this ourselves. We don't quite understand America in its DNA, even though we think we do because we've grown up watching American stuff, and it needs an American showrunner to adapt it. And we met with a lot of people, but Greg was the only one I think who seemed to spot that it was really a romance.
Yeah.
At the core of it, it was a romantic comedy that also had this funny boss character.
Yes.
And I think he spotted that romance at the core of it between Jim and Pam was what was going to keep people coming back week to week.
To be fair, Greg is always saying everything's a romance. He just happened to be right in that meeting. But he and I once had to do a rewrite on a Godzilla versus Mothra creature battle.
And he said, Godzilla hearts Mothra.
Yeah. He kept saying it's a romance. Godzilla loves Mothra and Mothra loves Godzilla.